Hello, this is Gary Schnitkey, and this is a 5-minute Farmdoc Daily dealing with unusual dryness in 2023. Throughout the summer of 2023, much of the Midwest has been in a drought or an unusual dryness. The drought monitor indicated that Iowa, Illinois, Missouri, Minnesota, and Wisconsin were all dry or in drought. What does this mean for yields? To look at that, we're going to compare 2023 to previous years. The drought monitor has existed since 2020, and there have been 3 years in which the percent of Illinois in dry conditions has been over 90% at this point in time. That was in 2005, 2012, and 2023. When we look at those 3 years, they followed different paths as we went through that time point. In 2023, we reached dry conditions in the middle of June, where we had 100% of Illinois in dry conditions. That has since backed off a bit, such that at the end of July and first part of August, we are still above 90%, but not all of Illinois is in dry conditions. That compares to 2012, where we reached 100% of Illinois in dry conditions, and it stayed that way through much of August. If we look at the severity of the conditions in 2012 versus 2023, and that severity is based on the amount of land in those higher drought conditions, we see that in 2023, Illinois, we backed off a bit on that drought score, compared to 2012, where that drought index just kept going up and up. If we make a comparison to 2005, what we see is that in 2005, less of Illinois was in drought conditions until mid-July. Then they're roughly the same. In 2005, the drought score, or the percent of land that is in higher condition, increased all through the year and was higher in 2005 compared to where it is at today. What does that mean for yields? If we look at those 3 years, 2005, 2012, and 2023, in 2012 we had much lower yields compared to the trend yield. 2005 we were below trend. If we look at this year, 2023, that would suggest that we'll be below trend for 2023. For soybeans, we again look at those 3 years, 2005, 2012, and 2023. In 2012, we were below trend, but in 2005, we were actually above trend. At this point in time, very little can be said about the yields of soybeans. You can read more about this in the Farmdoc Daily listed in the video description below.